Can you hear us?
Okay, tell me if this works. You should be able to hear me now. Okay, we did it. Sorry about that. That has to be technical issues. I haven't done a live stream in like a year, so I thought this would happen, even though I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning, but I tried my best. But hi, everyone. It's nice to see some familiar names again. Welcome to the stream. For those that don't know me, my name is Neha. I am a senior community and social media manager at Crystal Dynamics, specifically for the Tomb Raider franchise. Very excited to see you guys again. We are going to show you a lot of fun stuff. But before we get into that, I do have two team members from the Future Lab team with me who will be joining me on the stream today. If you guys could please introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Nick. I'm a designer at Future Lab on PowerWash Simulator. And yeah, I'm super stoked to show you guys this pack. I did a lot of work on it, and I'm really glad it's finally going out and can't wait to show you guys.
And I'm Josh, so I'm the senior community manager at Future Lab. So probably do a lot of what Neha does, but just for mainly PowerWash Simulator. And yeah, we're just super stoked to get it out on the 31st of January. So just excited.
Oh, cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So, if we're going to be playing in a little bit, but as we're playing, feel free to ask questions, and I will, help field some questions to them while we're playing. Um, Sorry if we don't get to your question, but I'll do my best to take a look. But I guess before we get started, of course, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about, I guess, the process of developing this DLC and like what it kind of looked like for you, I guess, to start off. Either of
Do
you.
you want me to, do you want me to answer that, Josh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I haven't physically developed any of it. So you've done all the hard work and the team.
Yes. So the Tomb Raider pack, it it's obviously one of the first packs that we're releasing after the full release. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the jobs could be or should be. I think the sort of the kickoff point was the decision we made to have the Croft Manor as a recreation of the original, and that kind of gave us a frame for how the pack developed. We knew that first original Croft Manor was iconic, and we knew people would remember it, so we knew we wanted to have that. And then from there, once we made that decision, we obviously started to look at those early games, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, and just figuring out what other iconic things exist around Croft Manor and just from the Tomb Raider franchise in general to figure out what we could add to the pack. So, um, obviously, one of the first ones out of that was the obstacle course, which you
Mm-hmm.
see in the back of the manor in those early games. And straight away, it just, that called out to us. It's like it's a big object with lots of flat stuff to clean. It probably would get quite dirty in real life. So it would suits power wash well. And then we also just know that people like to kind of parkour around a bit and jump around in our power wash levels. So
Mm-hmm.
we thought the obstacle course would be like a little fun opportunity to kind of test your skills, see if you can get through the course, and while you're washing it, while you're having fun cleaning it. And that kind of so that logic continued on. We started looking, and there's the Jeep, and then there's the boat, and there's the treasure room as well from Tomb Raider 3. We were looking at that stuff, and then the maze as well. Um, and we're looking at those things and just figuring out would they work for Power Wash. And yeah, so that's how the pack came together. Was just starting with the mana and then looking out from there.
That's really cool. I guess just one more question, and then I'll keep asking questions, but one more question until we start into the game. So some Athos asked, how did you manage to recreate the old manor so faithfully?
Uh, just good reference and really good artists. One of our lead artist, Torger, he's just a wizard at this kind of stuff. All the credit goes to him for the sort of the look of the manor. He literally just took those reference from those early games and just did a recreation, updated the quality of the textures, the detail. Like I know in the original version, I think it was just kind of like a wall and the windows were effectively stuck onto that wall. Because back in those days, you couldn't fit a lot of detail in. So windows and stuff were just flat on walls. In the modern era, we have a lot more ability to add detail, add depth, add trims, and really sort of work out what was intended in that original version of the manor, and sort of bringing that out into the modern era in this pack. So that was the intention, and yeah, I'm really stoked with how it turned out. I think it looks really good, and it's recognizable, right, as that original manor. So I'm really glad.
Yeah, I have to say when I first saw the trailer, like I knew it would look good because I've played the game, a decent amount, and I already thought it looks really good. So it's like but I was still blown away because I was like, this looks like so true to some of the games, and it's just like I could tell that so much care went into it. So thank you guys. I do think it's going to be a big treat for our community. So let's start diving into the game. We'll still ask some questions here and there. But so just a little background for you guys, for chat that is. I'm in co-op mode, so as you can see, Josh and Nick are with me. And this is the first level, so this is Croft Manor. If you play, career mode, so the standard mode, you can play by yourself or with one other person. But once you complete levels, you can access them again in the free play section. And for that, you are able to play with up to 6 players, you guys said?
Yeah, it's 6 is max in free play.
So definitely, feel free to, go through the levels yourself or with a friend, and then you could totally have a Tomb Raider PowerWash party at some point with a bunch of your friends. They said we can't hear the game. There isn't a lot of game volume, but let me adjust it a little bit so you guys can hear it more.
Yeah, on all the levels there is ambient sound and the power washing sound, but yeah, there's no music. The idea is sort of that you put your own music behind it or whatever you want to listen to, and just completely zone out and chill out. So
okay. So I have music in the background. So can you guys hear? Just to make sure, can you hear this, like the sound effects of the water? There's no sound at all. Okay, that's weird.
While you're sorting that out, I can see a question that I can talk about a bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a question here from World of Tomb Raider asking why the classic and why not like the rebooted or the legendary. So while I can't talk specifically about like all the reasons why this was chosen, I think that in Power Wash we have certain limits. We want things to be satisfying to clean, and so often that means simplicity. Some of the most satisfying things to clean in Power Wash are just big flat walls because they're easy to manage. You can clean them away up down until they're gone. So I think for me at least, one of the things that's really helpful and compelling about the classic manor is that it is a bit more simplistic. I've seen those newer versions of it, and because of the wonderful artistry that's gone into those, they're very dynamic, very complex, and I think especially the newest iteration of it, complex to a point that they just wouldn't be as fun to clean. So being able to recreate the original, add detail where we think it would suit, but keep that simplicity where we think is appropriate, is important. It makes the level more fun to play. We're very aware that this is like a washing game and you're doing the same task constantly throughout your play experience. So being able to create a job which is fun to play is important to that, and that definitely weighed into why we chose the classic version of the Manor. I hope that answers your question.
Sorry, I totally distracted them with my but I was just like, everyone's like, Winston? Where's Winston? No spoilers. I will leave it at that. Okay, so now that you guys can hear the freezer, yes, no. Now that you guys can hear it, is like the washing sound too loud compared to us, or is it okay? Because it's loud for me, but they said they couldn't hear it before. Okay, they said it's fine. Okay, well, let's how about you guys start washing? I'll make you do the dirty work, pun intended, and I'll just initially walk around a little bit to show people the level. Get to work, guys. Okay, but also you can use stairs over here to get to the higher level. I haven't gotten to a job quite this big yet, so I haven't seen this yet. But wow, look at that, guys. What do you guys think of this view? I really love the gate, like the entrance gate. It looks beautiful. Love it. Yeah. I love the little mazes too. Little hedges, I should say. And we have the water fountain over here. Will look familiar to a lot of people.
I got something interesting about this water fountain.
Oh my God,
so tell me, Neha, what do you think this creature is on this water fountain?
Some kind of fish.
You would think.
I remember in the trailer when you wash its face, I'm like that. It's so funny. Alright, give me the lore.
So people from Europe might recognize these. I think they have a few of them around London, and it's quite a common piece of sort of sculpture iconography, this kind of fish. It's actually a dolphin.
A dolphin?
I remember I was on a trip somewhere, and the guide was telling us about these depictions, and this is like an old world depiction of a dolphin. It looks nothing like a dolphin.
It really doesn't.
It's not very flattering to a dolphin, to be honest.
Well, it's not even just that. It's not even just the face. It's even just like, I don't think I've seen a dolphin with that big of a fin before.
Yeah, I guess it was just like back in the time of like myth and legend, like
Looks
when
like
not a lot of people had seen them. This was just the way that they presented dolphins in sculpture, and you see them all over at water fountains and all that stuff, and yeah. Very strange dolphin, but I kind of love it because it reminds me of how different things were back in the day and how.
I love it too. It's got it's cute, like quirky look. So I know some of you have never played PowerWash before. So obviously, when you start up the game and load in, they will show you like a controller legend, basically like what keys you need for each thing, and then if you play on controller it's different. I'm playing on PC, so when you start cleaning, there's different nozzles that you can use, and basically the higher you go up, the more expanded the stream of water is. But obviously when you have a bigger stream of water, it's not as powerful, right? So when I'm using like a wide one like this, it takes off some of the dirt but not like entirely, so you want to switch to a smaller nozzle. And that's really when you get the power wash, as you can see. So definitely when you see like heavy grime and dirt, you're going to need to use like a smaller nozzle first. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong at any point, or be, you're experts here. So yeah, but that's the difference. So there's different nozzles.
Yeah, you pretty much explained it quite well. The narrower the nozzle, the greater the pressure. The red and the yellow really clear off most things, but the yellow and the up to the white are good for, you got more flexibility, you can clean more. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's not too hard a dirt type. Like there's some, on this job in particular, we have stuff like this lichen, and we probably have some like mold around and stuff, maybe some moss, which is a little bit trickier to clean than just your basic grimes, which require you to switch to those tougher nozzles to get through.
Cool. So someone, I think I'm just covering some questions. Is it crossplay? So I think they're meaning like can someone on Steam play with someone on Xbox or something?
So on Steam, Xbox, Windows platforms, they can crossplay, but unfortunately there isn't crossplay on PlayStation and Switch platforms.
Okay.
But yeah, if you are on an Xbox and Steam or Windows, you can all play together.
Nice. Okay. Someone asked if there is Croft Manor music. I think generally, Josh mentioned this earlier. There isn't really music in the game because it's meant to be kind of like an experience where you can have like your own music in the background if you want, and it's more like would you call it ambiance music of just like the water and stuff like that? But yeah, there's no music in the game. But
some people. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Not say, but you could do what I do, or what I'm doing, and just have a playlist playing in the background. Can you guys hear it, by the way? I made sure it's kind of quiet, but let me know if you can't hear it at all.
A lot of people say the water's a bit like ASMR.
Yeah.
Or whatever that audio stimuli meridian response is it?
You know what? I didn't know what the acronym meant, so I just knew what it was. So you know more than me. Do we need to beat the game to play this DLC?
No, it'll be unlocked. If you own the game, it'll be free and it'll be unlocked on your game, and you just go into the special section and it'll just be popped up.
Will there be new washer/costume skins? I believe not for this DLC specifically. They do have a bunch of different skins and everything, but there is not a Tomb Raider specific one.
Yeah, you are just one of the PowerWash characters in the Lara Croft universe washing. So, like, the idea behind the PowerWash characters is that you are you, because it's quite vague as to what's underneath the mask and the suit.
I wanted to clarify that because I did see some comments on social media like, "Oh, Lara's cleaning now," and I'm like, "This is not Lara. You're playing as generic the PowerWash Simulator crew of the game, so you can think of it as they were hired to do this job, but you will see more of that when you play the game. I don't want to give stuff away. So no, Lara is not cleaning herself. She doesn't have time for that. She has tombs to raid and artifacts to find and everything. She can't be washing Croft Manor, right? That's what the PowerWash crew's for. So let's see.
Yeah, in fact, I would say it's like Lara is almost the one that causes a lot of the mess in this pack rather than getting clean. Like, I think in the treasure room, there's evidence of tire tracks. Lara, during one of her training sessions, has taken the quad bike through the treasure room and made a bit of a mess. So that's part of the reason why that room is so dirty, is Lara caused it.
I see a lot of questions asking, like, is something from this game in here? Is something from this game in here? Is this based on Unification? Is this based on Classic? So to generally answer your guys' question, it is not based on any specific game or era. There are elements from multiple Tomb Raider titles that you will find in this DLC, but yeah, it's not one specific thing.
Yeah, as I kind of said earlier, I think like we really wanted to get as much reference and respect for the Tomb Raider series as we could, but at the end of the day, we're trying to make this power washing game fun and satisfying. So we did our best to just take the best elements that we could to bring the pack together. So yeah, it wasn't aligned to a particular timeline. It was more about making something really cool for you guys to look at and play.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, everything that I'm going to be showing you guys is basically going to be a surprise to me too, because I haven't gotten to actually play through this yet. So I am experiencing it with you guys. Let's see. What other questions we've seen? A lot of the Is this lore friendly? So someone did ask if you play through Game Pass, so that's Xbox, right? Does the DLC come along with it?
Yeah, anybody that owns or has PowerWash Simulator, it'll just automatically apply. So Game Pass is included in that.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're mainly gonna show you guys this level, but I think we are going to show a glimpse of some of the other levels. So we'll just get to jumping around and washing a little bit as we've been doing, and we can show you guys some of the other levels.
Yeah, this one takes a while to get through. It's a big job.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time to clean the entire thing because we would be here for a while. It's definitely many hours of content, you guys. Especially, like, I've only played by myself before, and sometimes, like, a level has taken me 2 to 3 different sessions, and it can take a long time to clean by yourself. So, obviously, if you're playing with friends, it'll go much faster. Oh my god. It just kicked me out of my call. Nice. So I have to invite them back. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why I did that. So let me just copy the link. Zoom. Limited time offer. Thanks, Zoom. Hopefully they'll get back in here in a second. I just lost them. Okay, so I am waiting for them to come back, and I will let them in. It is very quiet here without them. You know, I don't understand the tech issue because I've never had Zoom Premium before in any of my other Tomb Raider streams, and that has never happened before. So I feel like every time I stream, there's just like a new thing that likes to pop up to scare me. So it is what it is. I'm pinging Josh so you could see it. Oh, I'm sorry you can hear my keyboard. Normally my mic doesn't pick up the keyboard much, but good to know. I'm sorry. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, they're back. I'm so sorry.
We're back.
I hope it doesn't do this again. I was just telling chat, like, I have done, like, I don't know, at least 40 other streams at this point, and I've never had Zoom just kick me out of a call like that before. But, yeah, so apologies. Maybe it'll happen again before the stream is over, but I will quickly send you guys an invite link again if that happens.
All good.
All good. Let me see if I've gotten any other questions. Can you parkour around to get closer to the top? I can try.
Yeah, there is.
Do.
You can definitely parkour up to that level where I'm spraying now.
Where is he spraying? I can't even see
Where? Oh yeah, you're like up to here. Question is, can you figure out how? Josh was kind of
Sorry, I'll stop. That's fine.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't see anything you just did because I was walking up those stairs. But like, can I just like jump from here? Ah, okay.
Maybe
that didn't work.
Jump.
Oh, sprint is with shift, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that again. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can definitely make it.
If you're not bad like me, but I am bad, so. I'm not a. I did it too. Up close and personal.
You can also knock people off with your power washer. So
yeah, there can only be one.
But I don't know how to get any higher than this. I think you need a ladder or anything, but I haven't seen any ladders lying around. Surprisingly, yeah.
On this level, you've got all the equipment, so you can have even the extra long extension, which lets you wash far away. So you
Ah.
can wash even the very top of the
Alright,
manor.
so how do I do that so I can show everyone?
If you hold
Hold
down
down
one,
one.
yeah.
Ah, so there's a long and there's an extra long. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see how far I can go with the extra long.
Is the extra long realistic? Probably not, but it's cool. It's like a power washing sniper rifle.
But yeah, wow, that goes far. You can go all the way up there. But so now this is what I'm curious about is I've played a bunch of levels. Usually, if I need to, you still need to clean like the roof of a house or whatever, and so you manage to get on top of it with like a ladder. Like the roof looks pretty clean, so I'm assuming we can't get to the roof. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, like if you take a step back, you can see what is involved with this job. It's kind of cleaning the entrance to the manor and cleaning the sort of the front facade of the manor. As I was talking about a little earlier, like there's limits to Power Wash. There's limits to what is fun as a job to play. There's limits to our hardware in terms of like how big a job can be. There's a lot of data involved with sort of the washing and saving how much you've cleaned and how it looks. So yeah, we did some testing. We considered cleaning the whole way around the manor, but it just at the end of the day it was just too big of a job, both for technical reasons and for gameplay reasons. I think that, like, as you can see, we've been cleaning it a while now. There's a lot to tackle here.
I finally got one ping. I'm like, wall base complete. I'm like, nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but I didn't mention you guys. Also, when you can switch nozzles, like I said, with the mouse wheel, and then you can also rotate the nozzle. So you just hit R, so you can rotate it to be, horizontal or vertical. So depending on what you're cleaning at the time, you might want to rotate it. And then to make it easier to get to some of the lower stuff, you can hit on keyboard, I don't know the controller, but you can hit left control to crouch down, and you can crouch down twice. And so that makes it easier to get some of the lower stuff, as you can see. We're doing it.
If you look in the icons, it's like a prone mode. It's almost a joke because it's like a first-person shooter stance thing, isn't it? That you go down to lying down on the ground. But in real life, you probably wouldn't have power washers slithering around on the ground using their power washer.
So some Twin Pistols asked, does it save your progress after each playthrough? And the answer to that is yes. So like I said, I think I mentioned before, like there have been some levels I played that took more than one session. So it's like I played 3 hours one night and then I closed out, and the next day I started it up, and it will put you back to your progress. You don't lose progress. So someone
I think one of the really important things about Power Wash for us was for it to be a Zen experience, and part of that was like not putting a timer on people in the main mode, and allowing people to come and go as they please. So yeah, we definitely wanted to make those features a part of it. You can finish it at your own pace. You can do it in 1 play session, in 10 play sessions. Totally up to you. There's no water limits. There's no time limits. Just take your time, clean it when you're ready until you're done.
Yeah. Yep. This and Zen is a good word for it, because this has been my go-to game for a while, to just kind of like when I've had a stressful day or I'm just like I need to wind down. I like playing this and just like having a movie on my other monitor or listening to some music, and it's very relaxing. And I know some people were like initially confused, like Power Wash. I'm like, Megan, my boss, she's the director of community and social at Crystal. Like she even said, like, don't sleep on this game, guys. It's so cathartic, and it is true. It's very satisfying. Like it's very satisfying when you finish the job, and then it's like, I like that you're basically like while you're playing, it's like you're unraveling everything, right? And so when everything is clean and done, it like looks so pretty, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just satisfying. So yeah. So somebody asked, when did you guys? Oh, go ahead.
That's actually another reason why we thought the classic manor would be good. Is that I feel like part of the charm of the newer manors are stuff like the wear and tear. Whereas, like, it's important for at the end of the job for it to be like clean, pristine, clear. We want that final version of what you've cleaned to be like as crisp and clean as we can, which is why the classic manor suits that. It's got these bright red orange bricks, it's got these white trims, stuff which is just really satisfying to reveal after some dirt. Under some dirt, you know.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you're slowly revealing something to yourself while you're playing, and I like that. So Jack of All Games asked, when did you guys start working on this Tomb Raider DLC?
Oh geez, it's all a blur. I work on PowerWash like every day, so it all just mixes together. We've definitely been working on it a while. I'm not sure I can say exactly how many months and stuff like that.
Yeah, just a general idea. I think it's been in development for like 2 years ish, something like that. So yeah, I saw some people clarifying it on Twitter, but yeah, it basically like this was in development when Crystal was still part of Square Enix. So what's the point of the game? Just watch pixels. I mean, yeah, it's just it's a relaxing game, and like I said, it's fun to kind of like it's just satisfying to, especially when you're playing something like Croft Manor, which people adore. It's nice to you're kind of appreciating it in a different way, right?
I think as well, like on top of that, the main game for PowerWash has lore and a story, and there's loads of elements that sort of come to a crescendo. It's all told through text messages and like things that are going on in the environment. And in the same way, the Tomb Raider content has a little bit of a story. It's much more light-hearted and is more just a nod to the fans and the content. But there's definitely like also on top of that like a little story that you're piecing together, and as like a little heartfelt thing going on through text messages mostly, and the Tomb Raider content in the background as well. And I think that's important. The Tomb Raider content is so iconic and so loved that obviously that made it very easy for us. But in our other PowerWash content, the story almost gives it its character and sort of takes it to the next level that people can relate to it and almost love the universe that we've crafted as well in terms of the PowerWash stuff. And with the Tomb Raider stuff, we're just honored that we've got such an amazing universe to then, like, in the opposite way, wrap around and make.
You mean the universe you crafted, Josh?
There you go. That's.
I'm
made
sorry,
a pun earlier.
I had to.
Made a pun
I'm
earlier,
sorry.
Neha.
I had to.
Nick shot me down earlier. Somebody asked in our community, what level, Tomb Raider level, did you most enjoy working on? And Nick was like, "Oh, let's talk about the maze." And I said, "Oh, don't say that. Just say the amazing level." And he looked at me blankly and
I can see how Nick feels. But this is I think community managers tend to be a little bit more meme lords than developers, so maybe that's it. Let's see. I liked this question. Have the developers tried actually power washing? I assume in real life, like while you're developing this game for reference, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'd used a power washer a good amount of times. When I was younger, I used to like ride dirt bikes and stuff, and we used to wash all the bikes down with the power washer afterwards. And I remember my dad had one, and we'd use it to clean around the house. Lot more difficult. Like the width of our nozzles in PowerWash Simulator is like a lot wider than the washers in real life. In real life, like if you equip the red nozzle, I think you are already, or maybe you got the yellow. The red nozzle's probably what you're gonna get. So if you want to like truly roleplay real simulator style, red nozzle, nothing else. and see how long it takes you to clean the place like this. But again, it just comes back to we want to make the play experience fun. We want this to be a fun thing to play and not a chore to play. So you definitely have a bit more power than what you would in real life. But yeah, the real world washing provided a great reference for how we developed the systems and the different washers, how they looked. The whole like nozzle system was definitely inspired by real life power washers. We just tried to take all the best elements of the real life version of washing and ignore all the annoying and tedious parts and put them into a game. So you don't have to worry about some cord following behind you or how much water you've got left.
Yeah.
Runoff, stuff like that. Like that's things to worry about. We don't want you to worry about anything.
That's
Well, you've
why we play video games, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just way easier.
You've got like Bluetooth water, isn't it? Or Wi-Fi water. It just
Yeah,
refills.
that's it.
So I have a couple questions I want to get to. I'll save the second one for next, because I do want to show you guys some other stuff. So you guys know I play PowerWash. What I want to know, and chat wants to know, have you guys played any Tomb Raider games? If so, which ones?
Josh?
Oh, I could go first. I played all of the classics as a kid, but I was never one and two. I was never good enough to get very fast, so my dad or my cousins would used to have to help me. So this is very a nostalgic jump back. But yeah, I played the classics.
Cool.
But you, Nick?
Yeah, I've also played the classics. Played them when I was a kid. I think they were one of those games I like picked up from like a Blockbuster or something, like a video store, rented it over the weekend or something.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed playing them back then. And I've also played is it the anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
I've played the first one of I've played the first one of those games. Back in like PS3.
I don't know if that was the first one. I think it might have been Legend that was first. I think that's why people say LAU, but I could be wrong about it. But I definitely recommend those. Speaking of Legend, and I know some people in stream are gonna yell at me now because I haven't finished my playthrough on my personal stream, but I missed out on that era, so I started playing Legend, and Legend is really fun. So definitely recommend that you guys check that one out. Okay, so so somebody asked, how many other levels there are. So if it's okay with you guys, do you want to start checking out some of the other levels, or do you want to hang out here a little bit more until we check them out?
Yeah, we can go to one of the other levels. So there's 5 jobs in this pack. We got the vehicles, which is the Jeep and the boat. We've got the obstacle course. We've got the treasure room. We've got the Manor, of course, which we've been playing now. And then we've also got the maze, which I think you can see all of them in the trailer except for the maze. We haven't shown that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one for you guys to see.
I know someone asked about the maze, but yeah, we're not going to show it on this stream. We want to leave, at least something for you guys to discover on your own. But I will, how about is it okay if I exit out of here so they can see the levels?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So these are so there's 5 levels total. So there's Croft Manor, obviously. And then there's Lara Croft's, obstacle course. This is where she does her training and stuff like that. And that's where the quad bike is as well. And then there's also her Jeep and motorboat. And I highly recommend playing Jeep Thrills while you play this, play the Jeep Thrills track while you're playing this level. And then there's the maze like we talked, and then there's the treasure room, and that's where you see the T-Rex and a lot of artifacts and stuff like that. So I'm going to let you guys vote. You cannot choose maze. I already see some people saying it, but out of the other levels, why don't you guys type in chat which one you want to see, and whichever one I see the most of, I will go there. So start typing in chat which level you want to see that is not the maze, because we cannot show the maze. So
just fun little thing. I was talking to the lead QA, and there's about 10 to 15 hours for most people in all of this content. So that's actually quite a lot to do. I think the Manor itself is probably like
15 hours.
2
That's
to
a
4.
lot. Okay, it's pretty unanimous that people want to see the treasure room, so let's go there. If I hit start jobs, will it bring you guys there, or do I have to invite
yeah,
you?
it should bring us. And if
Let's
it doesn't,
see.
we can just join back.
Any players who do not have... Okay, that's fine. It should be fine. Okay.
Oh, it might kick Nick out.
Did it kick you? Ah, no, he's still here, right?
Oh, he's still
No.
here. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Ah, here
in.
we are. We're in the treasure room. Hi.
Yeah.
There's some completely
Alright.
new things here for
Which-
PowerWash. I don't know if Nick wants to.
If you guys want to show me in anything in specific, I will follow you so you can show it off.
So first of all, I'll point out what I mentioned. You can see on the floor here we've got some tire tracks sort of making their way around the room.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Lara on her ATV has come through here and tore it all up. We're always looking for like fun and interesting reasons for stuff to be dirty. I think this is a combination of Lara being a little irresponsible, along with just her closing this room off so Winston can't get in here, and just because, over time it's just been let go a fair bit. You can see some new dirt types on the roof. We've got some like cobwebs around.
Okay, I'm fine with cobwebs, but I don't want to see any spiders. But I don't think there's any of that in this game, so it's fine. But a community knows very well how not cool I am with spiders. So as long as there's no Croft is back. That's how I got my nickname. I noped out off camera or off stream when a spider showed up.
There is no spiders. There is only cobwebs. I'll tell you that.
Let's see if there's any questions. Okay, so go
go
ahead. If you go ahead, I don't want to. What you're gonna say next?
I was just gonna say, you're asking like what new things are in this job. We tried to fit as many references as we could into this job. In these these 4 artifact cases might be recognizable.
I was gonna say which one should we
I think we shouldn't reveal all of them. This one over here was in the trailer, so we can definitely do this one.
Okay, yeah, I gotta save some stuff for you guys to see on your own, so that it's more exciting that way. If I show you everything, it's not as exciting. So
if you come around this side,
look at that, guys.
Atlantean Scion, I believe.
Yeah.
Scion?
There is a not arguments, but people have different pronunciations for it. I say, but I think most people in the community say Skion. But
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yep. And then even down to details like the carpet, like this red rug in the center of the room, and the tiles around it. The checkered tiles are directly inspired by that Tomb Raider 3 room.
Oh, nice.
Had the same kind of tiles and the same sort of rug. I think our artists have just added some extra detail to the rug to make it a little more interesting. But that square hexagonal pattern is in it, I believe.
I believe you guys showed this in the trailer too. This is where the Periop shards are from Angel of Darkness. So
right.
let's there's a lot of big Angel of Darkness fans in our community, so I saw a lot of people really excited about this in the trailer. So look at that. See, it's so satisfying. Like, it's like those scratch off type things that you can do. It's like, what am I gonna see? What's in here? So.
This is the first time we've ever done see-through glass as well. So this pack has, I guess, one of the new gameplay features that we've never used before. So this is kind of cool for this one to show off so many amazing things.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a few sound effects as well in this job in particular, which are special and from Tomb Raider. I think we could probably show one of them.
Okay, I'm following you.
this.
Where are you? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you clean the wonderful armor of Horus over here, it'll make a special sound. So you've got the sound turned up right now, huh?
I do. Hopefully
Yeah,
they'll
we
be able to hear it. Let's see. Look at this. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Mannequin's done. Nearly done. Did it make the sound?
I didn't hear anything yet. I don't think it's done yet. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
you can use the tab button to show grime, but obviously there's so much grime behind me. But I think there's still some...
I'm not sure if it triggered. I have my sound turned down as well. But yeah.
What
it's a shame.
what is the sound? What does it sound like? I guess.
Oh, I forget which sound it is exactly. I just know it's a sound from the Tomb Raider series.
Maybe you need to clean the base. Yeah, the base, like the very bottom of this. Maybe I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Did it say that we cleaned the base of the mannequin?
I think it's done. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it just didn't trigger or maybe it's turned down too much.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunate.
Sorry.
But that's something you guys could discover yourself. It's fine.
Yeah, and there's a few more. There's at least 2 more special sound effects. No, 3 actually that are in this job that are hiding about. So you guys can find them when you play. And another little interesting thing to say is I'm pretty sure this T-Rex here
Oh wow.
is actually from Tomb Raider. I'm pretty sure we got the original model
Oh,
for
cool.
this T-Rex off of the Tomb Raider team, and we did a little bit of work on it to make it fit into PowerWash. But yeah,
That's
the
really
T-Rex
cool.
is actually from the game.
That's super cool. I love that. Is there any secret hidden rooms?
This is the secret hidden rooms.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So when you're playing,
Yeah.
when you're playing through like the campaign, the story mode, it'll make more sense, I guess.
Yeah, so we knew that this was like an iconic room. I think the original version had the 4 artifacts and the T-Rex head up in the wall. It's quite recognizable. We really wanted this to be a job. We've tried to, as we did with the Manor, we've tried to modernize it a bit, add a lot more detail. Biggest example of that is this T-Rex right here. We thought it would just be more fun to clean a whole T-Rex than clean just the head of one. So we got the whole one in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're smart standing on here. That's better.
You pushed me off.
Listen, it's a competitive world out there. Let's see.
There are some secret areas in other levels though that we haven't shown. There's some areas that you may uncover. I don't know how to not spoil it.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
good
guys.
point.
They want to make sure. Like, I know you guys are like, oh my god, what about this? What about this? What about this? But it's way more exciting when you discover some of this stuff on your own. So we don't want to spoil too much. Yeah, that's really cool. I love this room. This one I think is going to be one of the more fun ones to clean because I feel like it's a lot more you're uncovering and discovering stuff as you're cleaning, right? Because like especially with the display cases and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love this job. I think this is my favorite from the Tomb Raider pack. I just really like indoor jobs, and I think that the difference between how this room looks like at the end compared to how it looks now is like staggering. Like you can sort of see some of it if we clean some of it away. You can see like the dark wood and the white walls and like it just looks so nice once it's all clean.
That's one of my favorite parts of the game, actually. So if you guys have never played before, so after a job is done, so basically, how do I access, by the way, like the list of stuff you need to clean?
Just press escape, and then it's like details instead of overview.
Yes.
And you can see the list.
So basically, like they break down everything, like all these different things you need to clean, right? So it's like there's 2 planked walls you need to clean, there's 2 Rosetta windows you need to clean. So once you're closer to being done, there will be like a list that pops up, I think on the left side of your screen, and it'll tell you like what you're missing. And like I said, you can just hit the tab button, and as you can see, I'm like, this is a huge undertaking of a level because you have to clean everything that's showing as yellow, right? So that's how you know what you gotta go. But basically, when you're done with the level, so once you reach 100%, it'll say, you know, job done and stuff, and then it'll play this quick time lapse of you cleaning the whole thing, and so you can kind of see like in, you know, fast motion how it, you know, from before and after basically. So that's cool.
I can see a lot of people asking about Winston. He is a part of this pack, as we said. PowerWash delivers story in the form of text messages. Winston is, you know, obviously kind of the one that hires you initially to come clean it while Lara's off on adventures. So Winston is a part of the pack as well. We've tried to leave some evidence of Winston around the place. Like I think he like tried to clean the manor, and there's evidence of like a little brick that he's scrubbed away before he decided that this is just too much for him.
Nah, I can't do this.
Hence hiring you. So yeah, you'll hear from Winston throughout the pack, and yeah, I think that you can there's one particular place where you can like hear him, but again, I'd rather let people find that themselves. So
yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, no Winston in the freezer. As you can see, we've already said what the jobs are for this pack. You saw the list when Neha had it up before. So we do not have a freezer level, unfortunately. But Winston is in this pack. He's part of it.
Well, if you think about it from a lore perspective, Winston can't really be in the freezer if he's sending us text messages asking us to help clean, right? I don't know if you'd get very good service in a freezer, so they had to do it for lore, guys. So there's already a release date. You will be able to access this DLC in 6 days. So January 31st is when the PowerWash Simulator update is, and all you have to do is, if you already have the game, it'll update. If you don't have the game, you just buy it, and the DLC will be available for free automatically. So, okay. So how about we check out one more level? So
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the levels again. Again, you cannot choose the maze, so you can choose either the obstacle course or Lara's Jeep and motorboat. So tell me which one you guys want to see. I have a feeling I know which one it's gonna be, but obstacle course, boat, obstacle. Let's get a few more votes. All right, yeah, I think it's gonna be obstacle course. Okay, so let's check out the obstacle course. Yeah, so just be aware if you do, so the only reason I can show you all the levels right now is because they're marked as complete on my game. So anytime you want to check out a different level, you will reset your progress of like whatever you were just doing if you haven't finished the job. But again, you can only access all these levels in, I have a feeling Zoom is going to kick us out again soon, but you can only access the levels on free play after you've completed them in the campaign.
I'm fairly sure it's just on free. Like you can be doing multiple jobs at the same time. Just you can only do one free play job at a time. So if you're midway through a free play version of the Manor and you try to access another job, it'll wipe your progress on the Manor. But when you're going through the first time you play, you can do multiple jobs at once. You won't lose progress that way. Yeah.
All right, well, let me take you guys around a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe you should actually try and complete the obstacle course as your guide, Nick.
Oh no! Don't make me do that. Oh no!
Almost entirely possible, I think, until the very, very last little bit.
Yeah.
You just have to make believe, I think. But these bits you could definitely jump from here.
Okay. All I know is that if I raced a certain community member, I would probably win because he likes to lose. But let's just go. Let's go through this. So this is like the climbing rocks.
Yeah, they can actually climb. Oh no, I fell. I fell.
All right, I see who the real gamer is here. Let's see. Do it. Who are you guys?
Oh,
you fell again.
I did it. Okay,
Nice,
that looks too far. Oh.
I think this one you can just.
Yeah, you can see.
It looks funny when you're climbing up.
You can see like on the boxes and stuff again, modernizing, recreating. You
cool.
can see that there's like a lot of detail on these boxes, straps and arrows.
Oh, I love that.
Um, I think the shiny corrugated metal here, not corrugated, it has a name, this kind of pattern. Um, the metal has that shininess, which is really satisfying to reveal. Um,
Okay, I didn't kick him off this time. Wow, I fell. Um, yeah, wow, you guys put a lot of detail into this, like all these little symbols and everything.
yeah.
This is cool. All right,
It's an
is this...
interesting detail up ahead. Like people may recognize this area up here as the underwater section.
Oh,
O-
cool.
Obviously, it's been drained, but you can like see on the walls. There's clearly like a line for where the water was, and you can even run through the tunnel. And you have to clean the tunnel as well that Lara swims through in the original game.
Nice. That's cool. Oh man, I'm just like thinking. It's like like I said, I've completed like 6 levels, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's a big job. We've tried to like mark it all out as in a friendly way though. Like if you look at the details tab on your tablet, you can see we've like split everything up into the different obstacles. We've got like obstacle 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to obstacle 12. So at the end, when you're at 99% and you're not sure what you're missing, you should be able to pretty easily look at that and identify what it is you nearly finished cleaning but couldn't finish cleaning.
Well, okay, I'm trying to get like on the top, but it's hard. Oh, actually, I guess, can I climb up through here? Nice. Is this like a glider thing? Yeah, it is. It's just
Yeah,
like just like
unfortunately,
if you can't use it, but it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
not
look,
qualified. Only
guys.
Lara's
Look
qualified
at
to use the climb.
this.
Yeah, we got this cute little quad bike at the end of it. A little refresher from the massive obstacle course that precedes it.
It's I love the ping noise when you finish a part. It's very satisfying.
That's what this game's all about.
It's
That
all
ding.
about the ding.
Yeah.
That's what the memes are. Everyone's just about the ding, chasing the dings.
Let me see if the chat's been saying anything else. Do we have time for general questions after the stream? It depends on what they are, but generally I'm asking people to ask questions while we're playing. I don't think we're going to have like a Q&A session afterwards because we've been talking and answering questions this whole time, so.
I like Stella's reason. Employees may not use the zip line for insurance reasons. That's exactly why.
That is, yeah, that is very accurate.
Why didn't you think about that and put it in the game, Nick? I mean,
Sign an insurance waiver before each job.
Yeah, that's it.
This is cool. This is a cute little courtyard thing. I love that you can do like a little bit of exploring, even though you're not necessarily interacting with everything in a level. Like it just adds to the environment, to the ambiance.
Yeah, well, this kind of closes the loop. Like on the other side of this wall, is the front of the manor. I'm fairly sure. So this is like down the left side of the manor and around the back.
Mm-hmm. It's super cool.
So while you
from
can't,
the top.
yeah, while you don't technically clean the whole manor, you do get to see the whole outside of the manor.
So, question for both of you. Nick, you can answer first. What is your guys' favorite level in this DLC?
In this DLC, I definitely like the treasure room. The treasure room, it's this indoor level. It's got a really nice reveal at the end of it all, and there's just lots of really fun references in there, fun sound effects, as I mentioned. It's got a lot packed into it that relates to the games. So I'm really glad we were able to put that all together and make it into a PowerWash job. Yeah. treasure room for sure.
What about you, Josh?
I'd also say the treasure room, but I don't want to be boring, so I'm gonna say the maze, just because it isn't a massive job in terms of time it'll take. So it's nice to break it all down, and then there's loads of stuff to sort of find and discover, and it has fun, just general navigation fun, I'll say. So I think people should look forward to that one.
I think I will look at that one when I click end stream. Sorry, guys. But, so someone asked if this is on Unreal Engine 5, and no, I believe it's on Unity. It tells you when you start up the game. So yeah, it's on Unity, made with Unity, or should I say. What made you want to focus on this version of Manor? They kind of talked about this earlier, and if I'm remembering it correctly, it was kind of like the simplicity of it, but then also being able to add like different elements to it. I think it just kind of maybe fits with the aesthetic of the game more. Yeah.
Little nice detail about this job, which I've just been reminded of, is you come over here, Neha.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah, the obstacles are labeled as well. So
Oh,
there's like a number on each of the obstacles. So if you get lost about what's still dirty and left to clean, you should be able to find it.
that's cool. Obstacle 9 complete. Can we dual pistol power wash? No, you cannot. Although that would be pretty epic, but no.
Did we ever think of that? Was that ever on the table, Nick? Or was
Was that ever?
Yeah, I think it was on the table at one point, but in the interest of like trying to create a satisfying washing experience, we decided to keep with the pro washer from the career. We thought that if we like went into that area of like
Yeah.
maybe doing 2 guns, it would be a whole new washer. There's a lot of programming and effort that goes into making each of our washers,
Yeah.
and sort of balancing how they interact with the world, like how good they are at removing certain kinds of dirt, and how much pressure they have, all that kind of stuff. So to introduce like a dual washer handgun type thing, we'd have to figure out whether it's like more or less powerful than the Pro, which we're using now. And like the Pro is already quite powerful, so we're pretty hesitant to like.
Ah, no, I knew it was gonna do this to me. I knew it since I hate that it cut him off though, but I knew this was gonna happen since it did it before. I'm sorry, guys. It never did this before. But I don't think we're going to be streaming for too much longer, so hopefully we don't have to go through that a third time. And I'm sorry, I will make sure that's not an issue the next time we stream. Let's see. But I sent them a link. Let's see. Am I able to banter to you about Zoom calls the same way you troll me about Encore? I mean, you can try, I guess, but that's about all I could say. Let's see. Okay, so they're coming back.
big and all?
I knew it was gonna happen because I got that Zoom upgrade to Zoom Premium pop up. I'm like, they're gonna kick me out again. But yeah, I don't know why. I'm not exaggerating when I said I streamed for an entire year and Zoom never did that to me. So you guys are too powerful.
It's
Just
just
like
comedic
these-
effect.
Too powerful, just like these washers. So let's see.
Oh. You just wanted to cut Nick off again. That's all it was. Just.
How long did it take to build everything from planning to actually modeling?
Let me think.
You can tell by Nick's face it's like it's all a blur.
Yeah, it's a bit of that. So I can talk generally about our like process. So we initially conceptualize of what the jobs can be, and that's probably a week or two of coming up with like a final list of jobs. Obviously there's work before that in terms of like confirming that we're able to do the DLC, figuring out like in a general sense what the pack could be. And once that stuff's been established, we start to actually work and figure out what specifically the jobs could be. A week or two of that, we've got a final list, and then that goes into an early design phase where we block out the levels. They just look like a bunch of gray blocks in Unity, where we sort of start to feel out the space. I know for a job like this, the obstacle course, blockouts are really important because it helps us sort of feel out the space. How does it feel to navigate? We can sort of like pretend we're washing things even though there's no dirt yet, and figure out like whether it would actually be fun as a power wash job. This phase is really good for weeding out issues. Like I know, for example, with the treasure room, I think in a very early version of that blockout, we had sort of like an upper mezzanine area sort of thing that would kind of wrap around it. And after we played it and actually got in there and had a look around, we realized that it was probably just too different from the original, and that it was just adding a whole new floor, a whole new set of walls to clean, which was just too much. So after, again, probably another week or two of figuring out a block out for that level and talking back and forth with the art team takes on that level and spends the next 1 week to 4 weeks actually modeling it and making a more final version of that level. Started to work out what the environment looks like, what the playable area looks like, what all the different washables are going to look like. Those are things obviously which you wash. And then once the art team's done with all of that, they hand it back to us. We start to add dirt. We do like an initial pass on the dirt. It's kind of like designing the level all over again. You have to figure out what different dirts could be there. We work on like a 3-layer system where you can have like 3 layers of dirt on top of each other on every single object. So you have to consider like, oh, this is metal. Maybe we should put rust on this, and with some grime on top and some moss on top of that. But then next to it is wood, and maybe the wood should have some mold on it. So we go through this process of working out all the dirts, and then once all the dirt's on the art, we give it back to the art team. They spruce it all up and make the dirt look nice with their artistic talent. And then they give it back to us, and we start to test the level. We start to deal with thresholds, which is like a process of determining when something is considered clean. The reality of a game like this is that there's always going to be like some invisible pixel of dirt left over, which you probably won't see as a player. So we have to determine like how much you have to clean for it to be considered clean. And that can be another week or two, depending on how big the job is. And there's a few more steps after that involved with finalizing the level, like adding ladders and all that stuff. But yeah, so all up, it's going to be at least 2 or 3 months worth of work back and forth to get a job to a good place, and that's just one job. So then if you consider that multiple jobs are being worked on at the same time, it could go out to like 4 months, 5 months worth of work to get all of these jobs to like really nice place where we're happy to get them out to the world.
That's really cool. And I just so you guys know, I'm like, Jonah's not in the game. I typed it because I saw Earl. I don't know if Earl is still in chat, but I remember he asked. So you mentioned like, you know, there's rust and mold and stuff. I think he asked like how many different types of dirt is there in the game, I guess.
There's so many.
There's so many. Okay, so too many to list basically. But yeah, that's cool.
I could probably list them. Let me like have a look and get you a quick list. Let's see. So we got algae bumpy, barnacles, bird poo, bubblegum, chewing gum, concrete dust, concrete splats, dirt streaks, dirt streaks green, dirt streaks green dark, dirt streaks ocean, dust, dust from Mars, eggy food, hot sauce, black graffiti, orange graffiti, white graffiti. I'm like halfway through. Oh, no, not even halfway through. I'm like a third of the way through. There is a lot.
I like that you mentioned graffiti because I remember I had this in one of my recent. So obviously you're not going to have every type of dirt in every level. You're not going to find Mars dust on Croft Manor, but I remember. So like what I thought was really cool is when you have graffiti. on a wall. Like you can't just wash it away with the regular washer. I think you have to basically apply like a cleaner to be able to wash it, right?
Well, with some of the early washes, yes. Some of the early washes, you either need to use the red nozzle or the turbo nozzle or soap to deal with stuff like graffiti. Um, as you go through the game, this washer we're using now, the Pro, it can deal with graffiti pretty well with the yellow, which is wider, and the green, which is even wider than that. So as you progress throughout the campaign, the career mode of Power Wash, you will start to get better washes and unlock better stuff. So yeah, the one that is in the Tomb Raider DLC is the Pro Washer, and the Pro Washer is pretty well equipped to deal with most dirts pretty well. These are big jobs. The obstacle course, the manor, they're huge jobs. So we really wanted to give people kind of the best of the best. Also, just trying to give some respect to the people who played through the career mode. We didn't want to like send them back to using something which is worse than what they had.
Fair.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice when you have like an element of progression.
Yeah, yeah. If you've sort of worked your way up through the whole career mode to get the Pro Washer, and then you're coming into the Tomb Raider DLC, it will probably feel the best to play with the Pro Washer, which is why we've chosen this one for this pack.
Cool. All right. Well, we're coming up in a little bit over an hour already, so I will be ending the stream soon. Josh and Nick are in the UK, and I'm sure you guys need to get some work stuff done before you complete your day. So we'll have a couple more questions, and then if there's anything you guys wanted to mention or talk about, now would be the time.
Just for me, like literally, it's coming out January 31st. We can't wait for everyone to play it, and also it's coming out on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, which it wasn't on before, and the content's going to be on all the platforms, so it doesn't matter what you're on, as long as you have the game. If you have PowerWash Simulator, you'll be able to play the Tomb Raider content, and we couldn't be more excited. And it's honestly been an honor for everybody to work on this, and we've been so excited to share this for so long. It's been really hard to sit on and not say anything about. I think it's probably the hardest thing for me.
Same. It was hard to keep this one a secret for sure. I was so excited when I heard about it. Let's see. Did you receive tips from Crystal Dynamics during the planning phase?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of back and forth. We would show them our progress, and they would they got some opportunities to comment on what we'd done so far, and if they had any ideas for how to make it better or change things. Yeah, it was collaborative. We did work with them to make the best version of the jobs that we could. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Are there plans? Oh well. I don't know if they could answer this, but are there plans for more levels paying tribute to other games? I don't know if they could answer that. But.
Yeah, we don't have anything to share on like future content, but there's definitely a lot more for PowerWash Simulator in 2023, and we're starting off with a massive bang, I think, with Tomb Raider. So yeah,
yeah. There's so much potential out there to wash things.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
Yep. Okay, last question, even though it's a mean question, but can you wash away our problems too? I mean, I think when you're playing this, you basically are.
PowerWash Simulator.
Yeah, right? Like I said, it's a very cathartic game, and I like to play this when I just want to wind down, so you basically do feel like you're washing your worries away, because it's very relaxing.
So I'll add to that and say that we're actually in collaboration with Oxford University here in the UK.
Cool.
We're doing a study on the effects of games and well-being, and we even have a research-specific branch that people can download to help Oxford test the game. They're essentially trying to find out how much of an impact a game like PowerWash can have on your well-being, and the fact that they're interested in PowerWash for a study like that is a pretty good indication that this is a game which is good for your mental health. So honestly, in a clinical way, I can say download PowerWash Simulator. It's probably good for you.
I don't think we could go that far. Like, there's a lot of anecdotes, and, like a lot of reviews on Steam where users have shared like their own and often it gets very emotional and personal. And I think that's been very touching for us. But yeah, we definitely can't like prescribe it or anything. And it's a game at the end of the day, and you need to have your limits with the game too. And like we've always designed it so that there's no like pressure to play any length of time. The idea is you just jump in and out as long as you want.
Yeah, it's really nice actually that you don't really have to worry about everything. You play at your pace, and it's relaxing. So, okay, I think we are coming up on time to end the stream. So thank you guys for joining me, Nick and Josh, and thank you chat for joining us as well. Again, the DLC is available on January 31st. So if you have PowerWash Simulator or if you plan on purchasing it, you will have the DLC automatically. Totally recommend it. Awesome game. Lots of fun, very relaxing. And I have to give my hats off to the Future Lab team because you guys obviously put so much work and love into these levels. And I'm blown away, and I know the community will be too. So obviously, if you guys, make sure you give the Future Lab team a follow on social media. They think you're PowerWash Sim on most platforms, but check them out. I'm sure Josh will be posting memes and previews leading up to the DLC release. So, but yeah, do you guys want to say a quick shout out, bye, whatever to chat?
Thanks everyone for coming along, and like honestly we're just excited for everyone to try out the content and see for themselves, and I guess nerd out a little bit at all the references, and that's going to be the dream. And yeah, just super thankful that this could happen, and it's amazing. So yeah, thanks everybody, and thanks for having us. Yeah,
thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks for coming along. I really appreciate you guys coming to check out the game, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. We've had a lot of fun working on it, and yeah, just can't wait for you guys to see it.
Well, thank you guys, and I'm glad you mentioned showing clips and photos and stuff like that, Josh. I know I'm gonna see it on my timeline with the Tomb Raider community, so I hope you guys take screenshots and clips while you're playing through the DLC and share it with us on social. Just excited to share this experience with you guys. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you, Josh and Nick. We will be ending here. So thank you for joining us, guys, and I hope you check out the DLC on the 31st, and have a great day.
Bye. Bye.